The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast. Shit, stay playing around. I can't believe these niggas. I had to put a coat on, Johnny, and my glasses just in case we go motherfucking viral. Okay. It's like, oh man, I can't do my bummy shit all the way. They gonna know I ain't got no money, but at least look decent, nigga. Look decent in this.
They put the Malcolm glasses on too.
Listen, man. First of all, I actually need them. My dumb ass be not wearing them a little bit. I can see, but you know what I'm saying, things be in line when I put these glasses on. Be in alignment, man. Man, it's a good day. Good gloomy day. Nice rain last night. That shit was beautiful.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That was a nice rain. It's a little cold today. We ain't just got jackets on for no reason. But yeah, man. Welcome to the Streets A&R Podcast, man. It's your host, Giddy Jicky with it.
I'm next. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, you in the seat now.
It's your girl, Ciara Lee-Blackstone.
CLB, but fuck CLB. Man, we in the house today, man. Getting to it, man. We got our guy Johnny No Good on the board in the back, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and he can talk. It's on. Look, he ain't gonna get all the way away from it. I'm trying to tell you, he running from. I'm gonna provoke you today, just because. I'm gonna say something about Cole just to provoke you.
Oh, you gonna provoke him and me then?
No, I can't say too much about Cole because.
First person shooter, that nigga let you know he'll hit that answer machine, that caller ID.
I can't say nothing bad about Cole because Cole knows my peoples. Long story less long. My old boss / soror in grad school was his advisor in student affairs when he was at St. John's.
That's crazy.
And the homie that came up from St. John's too, he used to kind of work when took his position. He was like, bro, he used to have 300 people at the student government meeting. And he said, then I got in office, I had 10. He always been that nigga, man, from day one. But we ain't gonna talk about Cole too much today, except a little bit when we get to it. But see, it's been a lot of craziness in the airways. All over this one nigga for the puppies. For all the puppy dogs. I don't know what's going on, but if you haven't heard, if you're not in the sphere, I know we don't usually get in the mess, and I'm not going to get too much in the mess. I'm going to give my opinion on some things. But Drake dropped an album for all the dogs. And one of the, I guess, especially in the urban space, one of the biggest podcasts out, the Joe Budden podcast.
The show.
Their show gave their own review, right? And I guess somebody clipped and spliced it together because I actually watched the shows. I watched I don't just listen. I sit my ass at work and do some work while watching and listening to a 3-hour pod. And for an hour and 20 minutes, they talked about how they felt about the Drake album. Mm-hmm. But somebody decided to splice up the one real negative critique Joe had, the one real one, and put it out. And Drake responded. And his response was a little bit little spice with a little moist in it.
Poor baby.
If y'all don't know, basically, Joe gave his critique. Joe said, stop hanging around them young niggas. Stop messing with them 25-year-old chicks. And at first, I didn't know what he meant by that because I hadn't heard the album yet. Well, his actual chick was 25. He was being very specific. But, and then he said that, and like, dog, your music sounds super young in the fact of how he's constructing his actual flow, the bars, and all that.
Right. The
complexity of his shit was very dumbed down from what we known Drake to be able to do. Is really what he was hitting at. And it's like, and the sound and the sonics matched with that, and not really so much just some of the people he had on the album with them, but it was just a very interesting wasn't really, it's a podcast, so he spiced it up a little bit, but he was saying, dog, almost act your age in the fact that there's a way to still do your thing, even with the younger generation.
Facts.
That's what Joe was saying.
Yeah.
And if you want a real example of that, you literally had a nigga on your album that was do a real example of that, like in J. Cole.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also got people like Jim Jones, who does this and rocks with the younger folk for real, but he still is able to kind of guide them and son them like, y'all got it from me. I can do a little how you do it, but y'all really got the sauce from us and y'all adapting, but I'm still the fly old nigga.
Right.
I get your mama and your girl. Get your girl and your girl mama, right? So Drake decided to respond like that and ended the response with something so spicy and messy. I was like, he's like, just remember that, you a failed rapper. You got into podcasting because you didn't make it in rap because you got 450 people at your Mood Music 29 shows and saying you the greatest. And you got into podcasting because you couldn't cut it. And just remember, I own a jet and you ride first class sometimes.
And called him Poppy at the end.
Called him Poppy. Trying to.
He looking at Poppy like,
And the enters of the net decided to go crazy. And most of them was like, oh, we got a real weird. Let me talk to the people first. We got a real weird thing with being infatuated with people reading somebody. Oh, he read them. That's what y'all. That's what y'all got. Y'all just worried about the splash of this shit. And I'm gonna tear their ass up. Hey man, if that's what y'all concerned about, I say we need to just take an account on our life and see where you at, people who concerned about that versus people who actually just going to do their damn thing. Let's start doing a scorecard and see who really up. Let's start. Because people who involved in mess and worried about mess ain't worried about their own business because they worried about everybody else's. Thanks. So shout out to y'all for being happy they read. Y'all like when people read people, but y'all don't read enough actual things to elevate. So get your read on if you want to. So that's for y'all. But as far as Drake, man, that unnecessary shot, see. And I'm finna get my shit off. I'm gonna tell you why I really didn't like it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna let you go.
All right.
For me knowing who Joe Budden is as far as his career, just watching his steps by steps. Joe Budden is, in the terms of innovation and technology, is a disruptor. He's an innovator and a disruptor by definition. And he is big on the integrity of the art. Whatever the art form is, he's big on the integrity of the art first. So it's all about integrity of how you do your business. It's all about the integrity of the product you put out first and foremost. He has proven that because he has walked away from a whole lot of shit that was very, very lucrative. His last co-host, to my knowledge, had a little bit of a riff. Part of it, the riff was he didn't take the big bag from like Spotify.
Oh, yeah. You talking about his issue with Rory and Mal?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they had a close to or at 100 million plus deal, and he walked away from it, wouldn't sign it because he wanted to keep his intellectual property, and he wanted to make sure people behind him were getting the right deals and not just taking the short end of the stick when he watching other people over there getting $200, $300 million deals.
Respect.
Right?
Respectfully.
He walked away from Revolt and still close to him. Had a show on Revolt that started popping. He walked away from what was the show? Academics. Everyday Struggle, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That
was real good.
What's the company that
Complex,
right? They were shifting it, trying to shift what he was doing and shifting from the vision and moving away from what he was trying to accomplish. He's like, I'm gone. I don't care how much money we make. Joe, in terms of business, would keep the integrity of the art and the integrity of his intellectual property over everything else and still always find a way to go get the money.
Facts.
Some people are the ideal machine. He literally has walked away and been successful at every stop that he's made, let's say, quote unquote, since music, right? Since he wasn't successful. Every stop he literally goes, and every time he leaves, that shit plummets. So who's the brain behind it? Who's the engine, right? And I'm talking about I don't know him personally, I'm just saying. So to come at somebody at the end of a sentence and talk about money, knowing he actually getting some money and getting money in places y'all don't know where he getting it from, because y'all aren't astute to what he's doing in the podcast realm and what he's done for podcasters, especially in our space, is crazy to me. And people just tabloids and didn't really do no research on it.
Right.
Like, this nigga is the reason why, and his organization, his company is the reason why a lot of podcasters can get some of the bags that they can get in real time. No bullshit.
Facts.
So to come at him saying you ain't getting his money, like anytime somebody bring up money in an integrity fight, that means you lost, you wrong. So you got to throw your big stick out, and that's the only stick you got, the fiat one. That little wavery shit, right? That's all. That's so everybody. Well, shit, think I got more money, I got more bitches. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cool, but I got a great stable. I'm good. I'm actually happy. What you doing? Yeah, we're gonna talk about Drake happiness in this album when we get to the actual album. That's my take. See, I'm sorry, I don't do mess. My brother Johnny know I don't like doing mess. We could have fired out a whole lot of niggas. Matter of fact, one of these days I'm gonna get on y'all level. We gonna shoot like I'm gonna shoot. Johnny's just gonna stand there in the car. He the driver. I'm gonna shoot. But I don't like mess. I don't like any of that shit. And it didn't even have to. And it wasn't even a bad. If you go watch the episode, people, stop clickbaiting. You will see they gave an actual good review versus everybody else who listened to that album and reviewed it.
Yeah.
He said he liked it.
He's just trying to just give him more respect. Like, bro, you better than this. And to your point, first off, I'm going to say, I'm not even going to say Joe Budden. I'm going to call him Uncle Joey. And I'm going to call him Uncle Joey, not to disrespect him because he's older, but to give him that much respect. Because to your point, it's like Drake really showed his hand by responding the way he did. Because at the end of the day, you only get emotional like that when somebody's gotten under your skin. And then he tried to throw the flag like you failed at music because that is the only lane that Drake feels like he can compete with Joey. But that's where you separate the people who are really at the top versus people who think they doing something. Because Joe has been in every corner, every fly on the wall, every contract, every meeting, every conversation, all the way back to the greats who ran the industry up until now. And he knows how it's ran and he knows how it functions. So he don't give two shits, but because he's not going to compromise his integrity. And Drake is the type that maybe he didn't get any chicks back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna do whatever he needs to do to fit in. But even being who he is in today's day and age, he's still trying to fit in. So that's the difference between somebody who knows their self, no pun intended, versus somebody who doesn't.
We seen Degrassi, nigga. Actually, we didn't watch it. We seen your image of it.
First off, do y'all remember when he came out with Replacement Girl with Trey Songz? And that was during a commercial break of Degrassi? And everybody clowned him, talking about Jimmy rapping now? It was mad silly then.
I didn't watch the show, so I didn't know what nobody was talking about.
During the Noggin days. Yeah. And then next thing you know, okay, he signed the Young Money and you backed by somebody so powerful. Okay, now we starting to look at you in another light and give you respect. Like, I love Drake, like, as an artist, but for God's sake, dog, like, you came from Canada into the Americas. Like, don't go throwing shots at us. You already threw shots at American slaves and whips and chains with that line on that track. So decide who you want to be.
You got to figure it out. And a lot of these folks, well, they tell on it. Time always tell. We tell on ourselves. Everybody, bro, we talk a lot about relationships, right? Johnny, everybody player till you get played. Everybody think they player till you get played. And I don't even want to talk no more about the Joe shit. I said what I said. I'm going to get to the actual art form because I like art. I'm going to be 100 with y'all. I've never been a Drake fan. As a DJ, though, you be damn fool to never drop them tracks because them tracks be hot as shit.
But wait, sorry, not to stop you, but before you continue, I want to say this, and we could drop the mic after this.
Get it.
We see the way Drake responded to Joe Budden, but when DMX was on the Breakfast Club and he called Drake corny because he sampled his track on Views, Drake was bowing down and trying to get in DMX's good graces. So we could just drop the mic right there. You ain't gonna come for DMX like you came for Joe.
Not. And you actually validated Joe's position. Drake, you the top dog. You top G in rap. You top G when it comes to the commercial side of rap. And I'm not talking about like the art. I'm talking about the commercial business of rap. My nigga, you are top G. Everybody that hated on Joe, you just literally validated his position.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what to do about that, man. Like, you're bad. But as far as this album, like I was saying, I've never been a Drake fan. As far as a fan of just him and his music, I bought Views, and then I didn't buy another one. I think my next album I bought was Honestly Nevermind. Because I knew it was a house. I was like, all right, let me get in. I like house. Let me see what this shit was actually good. I hated the black folks trashing that shit. That shit rock. Johnny Luck got a couple tracks on that bitch. But that Spanish guitar go crazy. Shout out to Drake. I don't know who he had on that bitch, but it was going crazy. I bought the one with 21.
That was fire.
That shit was fire. I'm not gonna lie.
That was fire.
Me playing records for Drake and any album I haven't really just listened to, especially not since early Drake, just all the way through since. And I know a lot, but just so many songs that come off these albums. I'm not even gonna kid you. I bought this album, bro. I was waiting for a good track, and I got to Slime You Out. And I'm like, where? I thought they said the first half was good. That's halfway through the album, Johnny. I was sitting there. I had to start skipping some shit. Of course, his timestamp shit, the 8 a.m. in Charlotte. When he rapping, I'm like, get to it. Yes, sir. He on it. But, bro, this is the worst album he ever put out in his life. Ever in his life. I ain't even comparing to nobody else. That's the worst album he ever put out.
That's a hell of a title for an album like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I got some select songs that I rock with. But if somebody comes with an album called For All the Dogs, oh, you about to get grimy. I want to, exactly. I want to hear it. Come with it.
This nigga came out here crying about the girl leaving. He got to go call Future. What he said? I got to call, what's Future's nickname? It's the name of the track too. I gotta call whatever's fuck. That nigga crying, bro. Crying over this shit. Like literally the whole album is Pluto. I gotta call Pluto, right? What would Pluto do? That's the name. And you know what he said in the track? Pluto would get a bitch and fuck her, so I did. Oh, you really hurt, bro. You out here just. That's some young nigga shit to say and do. But that was to Joe's point. The whole thing was young, bro. It was just, it was literally bad track after bad track. Like, I don't know what happened. Shout out to Tizo Touchdown. He was a highlight on the damn project. And of course, Cole Cray went, He didn't want no smoke with Cole, bro. He didn't want no smoke.
Cole been going hard with features. I love Cole. Cole can't do no wrong.
Somebody just put up a whole like track list of the last couple years of his features. Mm-hmm. That motherfucker is immaculate. Like he been going crazy. But he on your album, dog, and he rapping. Johnny, at some point, I don't care how big you are, in the art form, right? If I'm DJing, right, and I'm up here with another DJ, and I start feeling they getting in their shit. It don't mean I got to do what they do, but guess what I'm finna do? Oh, all right, let me go get in my bag. Let's go, Eric. Let's get into my 99, 100, go to this 120 BPM, get to mixing, get to breaking these samples down, and I'm going to get busy, right? Because now it's a battle, but it's friendly competition. It's a battle in the terms of, it's like college, right? College athletes. College athletes, you are competing against each other for a spot, but you know it's for the betterment of your team. So when you get on a track with somebody or you get in the booth with somebody, it's like, this is for the betterment of the art. This is for the betterment of this thing that we doing. I'm finna get busy too.
Let's be honest. Drake is an artist. Okay, great. He's done some great things. But is it for the art? For him? Is it more so commercial? Because let's keep it a buck. Cole, is like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King in this shit. Drake is like hey bro, like, can I come hold your suitcase like real quick? And then next thing you know, they standing at the conference table together and it's like, who the fuck is this? Oh, okay, well he know people, so then let's let him in. That's what we got to be honest with ourselves about.
Yeah, listen. First of all, Drake, whatever party you didn't let her in LA, she on your ass, boy. Second, she right.
I mean, let's keep it about. It's like, okay, you could take a few bus rides with Cole, maybe ride some bikes in a random ass city, and you could be inspired. Mm-hmm. Cole is constantly looking for inspiration because he is an artist.
He's a person. He stays grounded. The reason he does what he does is to stay grounded. Like, to a point, you got to be able to create. Andre 3000 did a whole interview with Rick Rubin saying he ain't rapping really because he don't know what to rap about. Facts. He ain't in the struggle. He's confused as far as what do I talk about now? That's why he started playing the flute, doing random stuff to find something that's going to trigger him to be like, I should be able to talk about this. Yo. I have this experience because he done had all these experiences with the money, and it's like they're all kind of faux and fake.
Facts. True story. I'll tell you, when I was in LA, Andre 3000 will pop up in random hole-in-the-wall bars in Hollywood or just really anywhere. I had a friend run into him at a beach shop in Venice, like with a flute. He's like looking and yearning for something.
Connection. To connect with somebody real.
Right.
He don't want to be around industry. He know what they gonna do to him. I want to be back in the real. When he was with Dungeon Family, he was he was with he was in the real, he was in the rough.
Thanks.
It's just the people. He was with people. It's not even just that he was with a rap girl, he was with people. He's trying to be around the people. So, and you're right, Drake is about the money. And he proved it in his response. Yeah. He said, Joe don't know music. Yeah, Joe do know music. That's why Joe got out of music.
Right. And Drake's family history is music. On his dad's side.
Yeah.
But when you mix that with, let's keep it a buck, like, you come from Canada, you favorite, you biracial. Okay, yeah, Cole is biracial too. But you have access to resources that was able to lift you up on this pedestal and really propel your career. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, for Drake, it's about how he's being received. Because now it's, forget our generation, at least with this album, I'm tapping into Gen Z because I want them to like me. Cole don't got to do, I know this ain't no Drake-Cole debate, but just with Cole ain't got to do nothing to get nobody to like him.
He's him. He's a likable person. And if you the mode setter, set whatever mode you want. And this the mode you decided to set. You could have did whatever you wanted to on this track, on this album. And you decided not to do, just do you.
He trying to get them streams up. You drop Kai Cenat. Was that his name? Yeah. The kid? You dropping that. Your streams about to go crazy. That's that audience. Yeah. That's all they do.
I still don't know what Kai do. But shout out to Kai. He getting to it.
He getting like to it. Kid. Yeah.
He getting to it. But yeah, man, everything he's done has proven Joe's point and the point we all making. Like, you can, when you say act your age, it's more like be who you actually are. You ain't got to go try to reach for nothing else. They'll fuck with you.
I had an old head, Brother Kwanzaa, tell me all the time, if you see an old head sagging his pants like the youngins, run away from him quickly.
Mm. And he's sagging with the clips in his hair.
And curls. Bobby pins.
Clips in the album. But what I will say is that song with Sexy Red, Rich Baby Daddy, the beat is very nostalgic. I've really been playing that.
That shit ass doo-doo cheeks. I mean, if I was Drake, you fuck with me too. Whatever she said, like, what? That's a comment. Yeah. I'm gonna get on. That's another day. Yeah, man. Y'all check it out for yourself. I ain't really, listen, his worst album. And most reviewers are saying that too. I ain't even read them. I just know, like, it's just that bad. But, hey, man. You literally proved everything that was said about you. So shouts out to you, my guy. You are who you are.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Now, just good. Hey, call Quentin back, my nigga.
Yeah. Or a new batch of writers.
Yeah. Well, it's all good, man. I'm going to leave it alone for now, man. Get to some real shit, some real music. So we going to get up out of here. Let us know what y'all think. all in the comments. Tear my ass up if you want to. No pause, play, and we gonna get to it, man. Follow us at Streets A&R. That's Streets A&R everywhere but Apple, man. Listen, subscribe, comment, like, share. Get into it, man. We're gonna get up out of here, man. I'm gonna go listen to something better. Your host Giddy Jicky with it, man.
And it's CLB, Ciara Lee-Blackstone. Place to be.
We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast.